This is our game Consequential. I'm Chris Eslick, I run Osmati Games. And Consequential is an upcoming game of ours that fills a sort of unique space. It is a co-op which is driven mostly by a companion story application where you have a laptop or an iPad next to your game and you're getting dialogue bits as you play, which is really neat. And the way the game is structured is it's separated into 16 different episodes. So every week you're going to play a different story, essentially, and the board's going to be set up different. You're going to use different obstacles, different locations, different cards in the game, and every session's built to be about an hour long. The game plays 1 to 5 players. You can play alone and play all the characters yourself, or you can play as a group. And it's not the kind of game where you need to have the same group every week, but it's cool if you have one character and you sort of walk them through the whole story. So how the game works is, during each episode, there's going to be an obstacle type. And in our demo game here, they are rifts. In the story of the game, you've got 2 worlds, a fantasy world called Laris and Earth, and they've been connected, and bad things start to happen. So you've got rifts in space and time, and your job in the first episode is to help the narrator, Kalyana, close them. The way this is going to work is you're going to accumulate cards from the story deck onto the sequence board. And all of them are associated with locations. So they're going to wind up out in play, and you're going to have to move your characters around and manage dice and actions to claim them and then put them up here in order to close the rifts up. So the game is played in 2 phases. The first phase is a gathering phase where you play through the entire deck, collect items, and stabilize locations. Every time you stabilize location, you're going to get one of those little scenelets with dialogue and fun little story additions. And during the second phase of the game, you are going to actually try to close the rifts or fight whatever obstacle is in the mission that you're playing. So on the board here, it's sort of organized like a clock, because one of the main themes in the game is time travel and mayhem that's happened because of the rifts in space and time. And you need to put out all of your cards so that they follow the rifts in a specific pattern to actually close them. So there's a neat little puzzling element there. So as far as gameplay goes, you are going to be rolling dice on your turn, and then you're going to be able to spend those dice to do things. Every card is going to require some number of dice to claim, and once you claim them, you can use dice to do other abilities and neat things like that. And that's basically how the game works. It's meant to be, a medium weight cooperative game, so a little bit more complex than a Pandemic, but less complicated than some of the really heavy games out there. Alright, so in addition to the board game, there's also a significant digital component to the game that I was talking about. So here's the application. Right now it's a simple web client, but it will be accessible via Android, iOS, PC, Mac, once we're released. So what happens is, as you do things, you're going to be able to access dialogue scenes from the game. And you get dialogue. This will have voice acting, but that's tough to do on a video. So these are little scenelets that happen in the game world, and each act has 5 episodes in it, and each box of the game comes with 1 act. So over the course of a year, there'll be 4 little boxes to buy. The application comes for free. All you pay for is the cards in the box, and this sort of just comes along, and it'll be just a download you can get from the App Store ideally, or just from the internet. All right.